Hello guys, welcome back. Today is the ECB day. It's very important day of the week. Thursday on 10:15 p.m. at Australia time, Sydney time. We're going to be looking at the ECB interest rates decision, the deposit facility rate decision, the marginal lending facility decision, and also the monetary policy statement. And then a few hours or a few minutes afterwards, more exactly 30 minutes after, so 10:45 p.m., we're going to have the most important of the whole release, that is the press conference. And why is the press conference the most important? Is because we are able to listen, in this case, to Lagarde. You know, some cases other different central banks will be a different chairman or a different chairwoman, but in this case is Lagarde. So it's really crucial, it's really important that you do listen to what she has to say. Maybe not in the day, maybe not, you know, maybe you're sleeping or something happens, but afterwards it's very important that you go into YouTube and just type it up, ECB interest rates decision, press conference, and then you put the date and watch that because it stay there recorded. Now, before we go further and I'll sort of dice in a little bit of what I'm expecting for the ECB tonight, I would like you guys to make a few things. So the first one is subscribe to the channel. It's very simple. You know, it's like take 2 seconds. Second one is giving us a thumbs up, because that helps us and that helps YouTube to know that this video is good and people are actually liking that, and share this content with other people as well. And last but not least, go into the description and join the Telegram. All right, we're nearly hitting 300 subscribers there, so I'm very proud of that. We had that channel for maybe a year or so, and we're ready with pretty much reaching 300 subscribers. So it's going to be very awesome to have you there as my guest. And also that's where I send the webinar link every Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So today's Thursday and I'm going to be talking about the ECB on the webinar from 4 to 5 p.m. Australia time. So make sure to join me there. And if you have any questions, bring those questions tonight, well, this afternoon for the webinar, because I do answer them live. Nice. Let's go to what is important now. So the the ECB interest rates decision is at today at 10:15 p.m. And the expectations are no changes. Okay, so I was actually talking about that yesterday on the webinar, and all of the trades that we caught into the webinar: euro dollar long, pound dollar long, Aussie dollar long, US dollar yen short. They have been in profits since yesterday. Okay, so those are the type of trade ideas that you're missing if you're not coming to the webinars, and it's completely free as well. So the interest rates decision is expected to have no changes from previously. Now is at 2.15%. Most likely that will be true. Okay, majority of the market already pricing a high probability of no changes on the rates. What I think it could happen is if Lagarde sort of switch herself and talking about inflation and what are the future projections for inflation and the rates, and that is going to be into the press conference, and that's why I always say it's really important to listen to the press conference. That's going to be very crucial for the euro. Okay. My opinion is still very bullish on euro and very bearish on the US dollar. I guess right now we are trading on euro dollar around 1.1763. Most likely we had the all-time highs of this year at 1.18299, so 1.18300. Most likely with the release of the ECB interest rates decision and the press conference, we may be able to go closer to that level, because investors will see that the ECB is on a comfortable pace and that they know that inflation will be cooling off in the second half of this year, and therefore maybe next year they continue to cut the interest rates to even lower, maybe to 1.75, 1.80%. That's going to be insanely good. You know, and ECB was that ugly duck that no one was believing of, that they would come out from the inflation that they had into 2023 and 2024. Well, let me tell you something, they are one of the best performer countries at the moment. with the surplus into the balance. Okay, so making very good, I would say, making very good business with other countries. Inflation down about 2%, so previously it was 1.9% below the target, but now sitting at the target on the 2%. They have a stronger currency since the beginning of this year, against the Japanese yen, against the Australian dollar, against the US dollar. That is, majority of the people trade euro dollar, one of the biggest trader currencies around the world. So my opinion is pretty simple. It's still bullish onto euro, and I'm still carrying that trade maybe to 1.20 until end of the year, with a very bearishness mind into US dollar, and a very bullishness mind into the euro. So my opinion is simple. Interest rates will be maintained the same and nothing will change because they need some sort of relief yet into the inflation. Inflation is on target, that's fantastic, but maybe if they can get a little bit below, maybe 1.5, that's where most likely they will continue to cut and do the cuts on the second half of the year, or maybe first half of next year will be more visible in a sense. Then for the press conference, that's where it's going to be most important. So if Lagarde touches about data dependent, that's everything we already know. But if she says about inflation, if she talks about PMIs, GDPs, cooling off of the economy or cooling out of the economy, that's the point keys. And that's going to make the euro very, very strong or very, very weak. So anything about inflation decreasing, GDPs increasing and having positive effect into the economy, then that's positive for the euro, and we can probably continue to long that into the rest of the year. But if you want to really know the in-depth analysis where I'm going to share my entry points, share my stop loss, my take profit, my entry strategy, come today onto the webinar from 4 to 5 p.m. Sydney time. And the easiest way for you to join, again, it's going into the Telegram. So the Telegram is free. We don't charge anything for you to get there. It's just go into the description, click into the link, and we will be redirected to the Telegram. Accept the invite, join the Telegram, and wait for 4 to 5 p.m. Sydney time. As soon as I send the link, you can join and I will be into the room. Thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget, thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel. Bring your questions today for me, and I hope to see you into the webinar or see you in the next video. See you guys. Bye-bye.